The New Yorker is blaming, quote, right-wing mothers for the tensions between parents and school boards.
That's right. The piece in the magazine says, quote, Moms for Liberty claims that teachers are indoctrinating students with dangerous ideologies. But is the group's aim protecting kids or scaring parents? I'm sure Fox News contributor Lara Trump has a lot of thoughts on that. She joins us now. What do you think of that assessment and that suggestion, blaming parents once again, Lara?
Wow, I mean, they're really just putting it all out there. It's a terrible strategy. And if there's anything that we took away from the governor's race in Virginia 1 year ago when Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, became governor of a solid blue state, Virginia, it's that parents will do anything they need to do to protect their children, even and especially crossing party lines and voting for people who are not in their original political party. Parents didn't need to be told what their children were learning in school because whenever they were home locked down for so long, parents saw firsthand what their kids were learning during these remote learning sessions. They saw critical race theory. They saw kids learning about, very inappropriate matters that should never be taught in schools. They've seen the books these kids are bringing home and reading as part of their assignments from school. So they don't need anyone to tell them anything. They saw it firsthand, and now they've seen how far behind their children actually have fallen. And all of our children in America have fallen with the recent test scores showing that our kids are so far behind at this point. And then any parent who dared speak out and say, wait a minute, I think we ought to have a hand in what our kids are learning in school. Of course, they were labeled as domestic terrorists by the Biden administration. So parents don't need the New Yorker or anyone else to tell them what is happening in schools. They saw it for themselves. And that is why you are going to see this midterm election people coming out in droves, voting all the way down ticket from governor's races, Senate, House, all the way down to the school board for Republicans in a way I don't think we have ever seen before because they're fed up with it. They're ready to protect their kids. This is the future of our country, and shame on anyone who's trying to make parents feel badly for doing so.
Shame on non-parent Randi Weingarten, teachers union head. Here she is attacking those mama bears for fighting for their kids. Listen.
Who's investing in our kids in our public schools? Who's protecting our democracy? Who's the problem solvers? And then on the other side, who's stoking up resentment, anger, and fear? Who's using kids as political pawns? Who's banning books? Who's tearing down the democracy?
She seems to have a lot of rage toward those who call her out. She also seems to have a lot of questions. That entire soundbite was questions. Can you help her answer some of those questions, Lara?
Oh, I wish I could. Don't forget that it was, the teachers unions who colluded with the Biden administration to keep our kids out of school, to keep schools shut down whenever our kids fully could have been in there learning. It was a very safe environment for them, and we know that. Don't forget the teachers unions, of course, donate most of their money to Democrats. So they're out there on the stump trying to do anything possible to salvage a midterm race that they know they have already lost. It is absolutely absurd, of course, to hear this from Randi Weingarten, but we shouldn't expect anything less because it's clear she and her whole cohort of people in the teachers union stopped caring about the kids a long time ago. They're trying to look out for themselves. It's really sad to see. Again, I don't think this tactic is going to work very well for them.
Yeah, and education is a major topic of concern for parents across the country, and parents tend to vote in midterm elections. Lara, thank you for joining us.
You got it. Thanks, guys.